So I thought I'd start making a video series where I just give my tips and tricks on how to use certain units in the game. And the first unit I thought I'd make a video on is the GM Sniper. Now I just want to say I am not the best sniper in the game, I'm not the best sniper in the world, but I've gotten pretty good over the weeks and months playing as the GM Sniper, and I thought I'd just share some of the tips and tricks that I've accumulated in that time. Some of these tips and tricks might be obvious to everyone else, but it might be new to some other people. You know, we all need to learn for the first time at some point, so I'm just going to share them anyway, and hopefully this helps people. First tip I want to give, this is purely just for the console players, so PlayStation, Xbox people, this is just for you, and that is adjust your settings. So if you're playing on PC, you're fine, you're just point and click and you're absolutely good. But on Xbox and PlayStation, if you try using the GM Sniper, you're going to notice straight away, as soon as you zoom in, it is just all over the place. Like, it is just so floaty and just super sensitive. And yes, you can eventually control it, but it really does feel as if you're fighting against it. Like, it's just not good. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to press start, go to settings, and then go to control settings, and then at the top leftish there you'll see it says A all units. So press A or X if you're on PlayStation, and then actually scroll down to the GM Sniper. That way the settings you adjust here only affect the GM Sniper and no one else. Then you want to scroll all the way down to where you see advanced settings. It'll be set to off by default, you want to turn that on. And then you want to scroll down and adjust just these three settings. And these settings are just for the scoped mode. Normal mode is fine, it's just the scoped mode you want to change. And these settings are scoped horizontal sensitivity, scoped horizontal acceleration, and scoped vertical acceleration. Now for the horizontal sensitivity, it starts off at 19. I bring that down to about 10, that works just right for me. Now you want to get to the horizontal and vertical accelerations. Those two are probably the most important. So the horizontal starts off at 70 and the vertical starts off at 50. That is just way too high, at least for me anyway. I bring those all the way down to 20 each. That's a good base point to start off on, so I'd bring it down to 20 and just play around with that and then see if you need to adjust it any more after that. Because I started off at 20 first, but then I actually found that I prefer if they're both on 15. So 15 is like the sweet spot for me. Press Y or triangle to apply the settings, back out, and then you'll see here that it is much more controllable. It's a bit sticky, but I'd rather fight against that than control the wacky waviness. And it just works much better for me. So by adjusting these settings, that was actually my mate that pointed these out. So by adjusting these settings were actual game changing for me, because the GM Sniper went from a unit that I couldn't use, or my friends couldn't use whatsoever, to where we can actually use him now. And I'm actually glad I can use him because he's a fun unit to use. So definitely, if you're on console, change your settings. Those are the three I changed. You might need to change a few others, but definitely don't give up on the unit. Just think, oh, he's doomed, I can't use him. Change those settings and you'll be surprised that you can actually use them. Tip number 2, stay in the back and away from combat. Okay, you're the sniper. Your place is in the back, not the front line. There are some players out there who are just god tier and they can, you know, charge in the front line along with everyone else and just absolutely destroy everyone. But chances are, you're not that guy. I'm not that guy. I know where my place is. My place is in the back. So stay in your lane and stay in the back. Everyone else on the map should be in front of you. Nobody should be behind you, unless they're respawning obviously. But everyone should be in front of you. You should have a clear view of the entire battlefield. That way you can just pick everyone off or pick people up with your revive gun. Just do that. But that's for maps with long sight lines. There are some maps obviously that are a bit closer range and you might think, oh, I can't really use GM Sniper here. You can. The trick is just stay away from everyone else. If everyone's going right, you go left, or vice versa. You want your team to sort of gain the attention of the enemy team. That way you can sort of sneak in from the back or another angle and just pick them off from the side. Now you might not be able to kill them all from the side, but if you can weaken them enough for where your team can like easily finish them off, that's good, right? That's what you want to do. You don't want to be, you basically don't want all your damage coming from the same direction. If you get me, you want to split the focus of the enemy team. So if your whole team is on the right side and there's a lot of damage coming from there, the enemy is going to be focused on the right. That way you can come in from the left or wherever the fuck and give them damage from that side, and they won't expect it, and they'll just be like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, so so just basic flanking maneuvers. That's what you really want to use and really want to do as the sniper. Maybe common sense to some people. I know, us who have been sniping for years, that's common sense for anyone in first person shooter, but just something I thought I'd share. Stay in the back, don't be in the front line, and move around as well. Don't think, oh, I found a good sniper position, I'm going to stay here for the rest of the game. No, because then the enemy will learn where you are, and then they can counter you. So at least have 2 or 3 places that you can move about to snipe from. If you have that and you keep moving, you'll keep the enemy on their toes and they won't really know where to expect you from. So just keep moving as the sniper. Number 3, just shoot. Okay, I know the aim of the game, if you're playing the sniper, is to get headshots, but that opportunity might not always arise for you. And what's the saying? You miss all the shots you don't take. So don't be scoped in for like 30 seconds waiting for that perfect headshot to line up. No, just shoot. Because even if you hit them on the body, the sniper rifle is going to do 440 damage, which is insane. If you're watching your teammate fighting an enemy and you can take off half their health in one shot, you're helping your teammate a great amount. Like, that is insane. Or if you're helping them chip away at the Sazabi's shield, that is insanely helpful. So just shoot. Doesn't matter if you get them in the body or the leg, just shoot. Don't be that guy that's scoped in for 30 seconds and does nothing, because then you're just a glorified scout. You're not doing anything and you're not contributing. Shoot. That is, please, for the love of God, just shoot. Okay, so those are the main tips. These other last 2 things are just wee things I've noticed. So number 1, when you use your ultimate or your G maneuver, it actually reloads your gun for you. I know that's not big and game changing, but it's just a wee feature that I thought is worth sharing, because I don't see a lot of people actually mention that when they go over the GM sniper. But yeah, you could fire all your shots, get down to your last bullet, use your ultimate, and it'll just reload your gun for you, and that just saves you time. So yeah, that's just a wee tip there. And the final one I would say is your jump pad. Now obviously use your jump pad to get to higher places that the enemy might not expect, but you can also use it as a trap. Like, seeing like tight maps where like the enemy will be coming around the corner and they're really hugging the wall. See if you leave the jump pad like right at the entrance, like round the corner, like basically in the path that you know they're going to take. That will really disorientate them, because the enemy can use the jump pad as well, whether they want to or not. And that's the great thing. They'll come around the corner and they'll get flung into there and they won't expect it, and they'll be disorientated for like maybe half a second or so. But that's enough. That's enough setup for you and your team to be able to fucking clay pigeon shoot them out of the sky. So don't think of the jump pad as just a jump pad. Like, think of it as a catapult for your enemies. Like, think of it that way. And that's really all the tips and tricks that I have for the GM sniper. Like I said, none of these are earth-shatteringly groundbreaking. Some of these could be fairly obvious to you, and some of these might be new to you, but I thought I'd just share it anyway, just to help people be better. If there's any tips that you can share, leave it in the comments down below to help us all get better. I mean, I know I can get better, and let's just all help each other be better players at the game. So like I said, this is probably going to be the first unit I do. I'm going to do a few other units as well, probably like the Methis and the gun tank. But if there's any unit that you'd like me to give tips on, please share in the comments below, and I'll try and fast track that one instead. Except for the Exia and the Barbatos and the Zaku Melee. I do not play as those characters. At least I don't play them well enough to give tips. Everyone else I'm pretty good with, but those 3, ooh no, I'm really not good with them. Yeah, hopefully this video was helpful to everyone, and hopefully you will enjoy playing as GM Sniper a lot more now that I've given you these tips. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.
The objective.